quick. Alrighty, I just need to move this over here. Boop, 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 boop. Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dread of Breads. Welcome. I'm trying this intro one more time. I don't know why my background is flickering in and out. It is supposed to do that little shimmy effect. But welcome. This picture is maybe foreshadowing something I have planned in the future. But I can't actually give credit to the artist because I don't know who the artist is. Google Lens didn't help. So I'm thinking that this is a AI portrait, but it's pretty cool. So I decided to use it. I will say this. What is going on with GW affects a little bit with my Dreaded Hobby series. It sucks. The practice of what they're doing is not good. They came out with female custodies a while back. GW did. That opened up a whole can of worms. It's not really good for both the company and its consumers. The company right now, how GW has been treating its customers on Twitter, is very childish and immature. The community is actually, I'm not going to say it's divided, because the true community is there, and then you have other people that have been slowly over the years slipping into the gaming community of GW, saying they've always been fans and they've always been there. But these are the people that will say they are for diversity, they are for women, but will send women death threats and harass women and try to get them off of Twitter for voicing their opinions. And that's what a lot of women did in the gaming community when the female custodies released. What GW did, or who has the power of the GW's Twitter did, is again very childish and immature. Not only with the gaslighting, but just blocking people for asking questions and pointing things out that were inconsistent. Gaslighting is never good. And if you are going to pander to a group of people that has no interest in the hobby, has no interest in consuming your products, ultimately your company is going to die, because no one's going to be buying your products. And I feel like that is the road that GW is on right now. I don't have anything scripted out. I'm just kind of rambling. So this is kind of awkward for me, but I'm on the stance where I like the hobby, not the company. I like the painting of the miniatures. I like the books. I love the lore. But I don't like where GW is going. I don't like where it's headed. And I don't like this false pretendo group that's trying to swoop in and take over the hobby. So with that, I have to say, if you like the hobby, if you like the people that consume the hobby and you're one of those people, fight for your hobby. Don't let the weirdos take over. If the hobby dies, we still have our rule books and the miniatures and everything else. We will, at that point, then own the hobby, and that will never be able. They'll never be able to take that away from us. If you're going to be buying new products, don't buy directly from GW. If you can, I'm going in the red chat. If you can, buy from third parties. If you have the ability, print your own models. And just remember that this is a hobby. For those of you who don't understand what a hobby is, it is a place of escapism. It is not a place for politics. It is not a place for sexual politics and identity. It is not a place to rant and rave and harass people who don't share your opinions in politics. It's a place to have fun, to escape real life, and to paint miniatures or to read books or to play video games and just overall have a good time. Anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Watch party. Here we go. Oh boy. So before I start this, I did watch a little bit of their other preview that they did, and we're not going to be watching that today. Maybe another time. But I found out, and I didn't know this, there's a guy called the Honest Wargamer who used to work for GW, and he actually set up the Twitter, or not the Twitter, the Twitch. You can speak chat. It's been a long day. Today is Monday. Tomorrow is technically my Sunday. I've been working it's been a very long week, a very busy week. That's why there hasn't been very much uploads, but fast forwarding. So I found out that there's a guy named Rob who has a YouTube channel and the Twitch. He goes by the Honest Wargamer. He set up the Twitch channel for Warhammer, for GW, and he left. I'm not sure exactly when, sometime after or during 8th edition, and they pretty much banned him and took away his emotes. But like, he set up everything. He set up the channel, he set up the emotes. So that's just kind of ridiculous. And when they were doing the other show, there was a bunch of people saying unban Rob, unban Rob, unban him, bring him back. And you had all these other people going, I don't know who Rob is, but if he got banned, he deserved it. It's like, you wouldn't have the Twitch channel if it wasn't for this dude. Anyway, he also said that he never got paid for most of his stuff too, so I can understand why he might be a little salty with the company, but he does love AOS. He's like, I want to say Winter's SEO, because he does have, from what it seems, a very deep love of the hobby, but not of the company. Because right now the company is poo-poo. The company sucks. Let's see what this has to offer. Again, for those of you who are new, I do break this up into 30-minute increments. Let me just... I do break this up into 30-minute increments, and I do mute the audio when they show movies and things and big bobbers and stuff and flashy bits, because GW, sometimes it's GW, sometimes it's, I don't know, some weirdos from Korea or some other part of the world that try to claim the music when they don't even own the music. I've gotten claims from Korea. I don't know which part of Korea. I've also gotten claims from South America and other places. So let's go.
Hello and welcome to the
Hello,
Warhammer
Lewis.
Preview show. Yes, we're back with a whole host.
How's it going?
My name's Lewis, and I'll be your host for the show, bringing you all the latest releases from the Warhammer universe. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and get excited.
Already.
Easy. So, without further ado, let's kick things off with our first reveal.
And boop, muted. What do we got? We've got the Sisters of Battle, Warhammer 40,003. Oh, they've got jump packs now. Alrighty. Let's take a pause here. I do love the helmeted heads. She's got a little bird friend with the parchment there. Cool banner. This feels more like a Xenos head, especially with the pointed... I don't know if you guys can see that, but she does have pointed ears. So that does kind of look like maybe this was supposed to be an elf head, and they just kind of redid it. And then we've got this head here. She doesn't look too happy. She's got a snarl on her face and the Saiyan Scouter. Ready? Again, I keep pointing this out. I really hate the half masks things. I really do. I mean, these models aren't that bad, but they're nothing to write home about. It looks like one has a chain sword in the back that you can't see. We'll just keep going. Oh, yep, I saw something. Alright, she has a sword. Oh, face is kind of blurry. And a small flamer. Canoness with a jump pack. Okay. Let's take a look at this model here. Again, it's not a bad model, but it lacks the kind of rule of cool. The sword looks like it's kind of bent, but that could just be the angle that it's at. I mean, to me, this looks kind of like a stiff pose. jump pack the wings. Just more angles on this model. Okay. Alrighty. Purge the heretic. Find out more.
Yes, the Elite Sisterhood arrives with a new codex and a Battle Force 2. I'm joined by Stu and Josh from the Warhammer Studios to talk all things Adeptus Sororitas. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having.
So I don't have the chat out, but a lot of people were not happy with the stream, and there are a lot of people saying, you know, ban the haters, ban this, ban that. If someone's not happy with something, you shouldn't, like, just ban them. Give me one moment, chat. Sorry, chat. I keep choking, but I don't know what I'm choking on. Again, if people are genuinely have genuine. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. And why? Like I'm feeling like all clogged up. It's probably my allergies, because the air quality isn't too good here. We have high pollen right now. And it's been really stormy and rainy, and I've read that can make pollen worse somehow. But anyway, forgot what I was saying. Yes, if someone has genuine critique about something, you know, don't ban them, because, you know, if the model looks stiff, it looks stiff. That doesn't necessarily mean that they hate the model or anything like that. It just means, or they hate the hobby. You know, they don't like women. It just means the model doesn't look too good, and Warhammer is all about the rule of cool. The models are supposed to look cool. They're supposed to look scary. They're supposed to look sick.
Oh, nice. Always good to be here.
Pleasure to have you. So let's jump straight in then. Chat a little bit about the Codex and what players can expect to experience from the Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, the elite forces of the Ecclesiarchy, so the kind of imperial faith, a whole warrior sisterhood.
There it is, chat. There's the ugly elf head.
Equipped in power armor, and this is a really great codex and a great miniature release for them.
Nice. And they've got some new detachments as well. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so now, of course, with the indexes, you get one detachment. In the codex, you've now got a choice of 4 different detachments to play through.
Okay.
One of the detachments stays very similar to the index, so if that's how you loved playing your Sisters Army, you can continue to enjoy it. But we've now given you 3 new ways to play that will focus on different types of units, depending on your flavour.
Oh, okay, very nice. We've also got a new miniature too, the Canoness with Jump Pack, alongside that Battle Force.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Canonesses are the kind of fighting leaders of the Sisters of Battle, and now we have one with a jump pack.
Yeah.
So she can lead Seraphim and Zephyrim into battle. She's actually kind of ties in nicely, doesn't she, with one of the detachments?
Yeah, so, I mean, there's an army of faith.
So it's just the one new model? That's kind of weird.
Faith detachment, and what that lets you do is you can do more acts of faith, and also the theme behind it is that angelic host. So the jump back units, their strats mean that they have like auras which buff sisters nearby. So it's that like they see an angelic figure and it inspires them in battle to do greater feats.
Yeah, nice. So that whole battle force is themed around that new Canoness and that new detachment all kind of working together on the battlefield.
And it's a really cool kit as well. There's some like awesome options there. Can you chat us through a couple of like the different options, different variants?
Yeah, so she's got a couple of different weapon options, hasn't she? She's got the like two-handed halberd.
Yes,
which I think
that's a little bit better pose. I don't know how about the paint job or the face though, but alrighty. Looks like she's about to go to town on this poor Chaos Marine right there. He's gonna high five her maybe with his power fist. Let's see.
Is the kind of, if you want to kill loads of individual things, and then she's got the power sword that you see on the front of the box.
Yes.
That's like the generic weapon, isn't it?
That's like your mid-range. Can target most types of units, and then also she can have a pistol at the same time with the power weapon. So if she wants to add a bit of shooting to a Seraphim unit, they're more of a shooting unit. She can.
Oh boy. I have things I want to say, Chad, but I'm not going to say them. Again, this pose looks incredibly stiff. This one, I do like the pose of this one. I do like it. This one just has another stiff kind of pose. It just overall, all this right here, it just feels generic and meh.
Join them. Whereas probably if she's going for the two-handed weapon options, she's probably going straight for combat in those builds.
Okay, nice. So chat to us a bit about the battle force as well, because no Canoness is complete without a battle force. So talk to us a bit about those.
So as Josh was saying, it's kind of themed around that angelic host idea.
Yes.
So a load of Seraphim, Zephyrim, and then it's got the Exorcist as well, hasn't it? Just so it's got some kind of long-range punt.
So let's see here. Again, I really... Okay, so she doesn't have pointed ears. In the first picture I saw, it looked like her ears were a bit... Well, no, it still does look like she's kind of got a little bit of pointed ears. That pose, I mean... That's just a generic lift-off pose. That pose is alright. I really, really despise these things. I hate these things, man. They suck. So, alrighty, let's see. So, you can use these, them, the fly girls with the Exorcist.
Yeah, to give you some options other than just charging headlong at the opponent, you've got some range as well. But I mean, the great thing for us is because the Canoness now adds a brand new option, those angelic units only had Saint Celestine before that could lead them, and she was an epic hero, so you could only take one. Whereas now you can take multiple, if you want to, multiple Canonesses with jump packs, leading your host of angelic figures.
Yeah, you can really lean into that particular detachment, can't you? And as Josh was saying earlier, there's a couple of other detachments. There's the Penitent Host, isn't there, which is the kind of Archoflagellants.
These are older models, I do believe. I do like that model right there. She's blind. Yeah, Grandma with the whip. Oh, it's... I like that helmet, Chet.
Yeah, if you want to punish yourself and you're like, oh, that's the, okay, I'm going to go down the penitent route, or you want to go down all the little walkers they have. There's also a detachment, if you, from the lore and background, the Sisters of Battle rely heavily on bolters, melter, and flamer weaponry. There's a detachment that's built all around, bringing those.
That's a cool model right there. God, another generic... That's not a bad pose. That's meh pose. I do like these poses right here. But, I mean, just... the standing or kind of the foot forward. I feel like this is becoming like the tactical rock thing where there's just not much creativity going on.
Weapons to bear, and then also, as I said, there's, if you like the playing as you currently do, that's still fully supported as well.
Yeah, and they still have Acts of Faith, don't they? That's still their army rule,
yes.
Which is kind of tweaked and updated from the index, but still very similar.
Nice.
So there's lots of things there that kind of existing Sisters of Battle players will find familiar, but also some great new things that the new Canoness kind of opens up some new ways of playing, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. One thing I really want to know is some of your top highlights from the Battle Force or the Codex as well, or both.
I mean, for me, it has to be the new Canoness. I mean, just that there's such a cool model, the weapon options. I think there's lots of choice between all, but the...
I disagree. I don't think that this is a cool model. I mean, that's an okay pose, but this is just a very, very stiff pose, very, very generic model. Power sword, pistol flamer combo. If they could have done so much more with this model. I don't know what's going on with the design team. I think I know what's going on, but I'm not going to say anything right now. I'm going to wait till after the stream to put in my 2 cents. But again, it just... I don't... It's lacking the rule of cool, chat.
The halberd is going to be the winner for me. It just looks so cool, so...
Yeah, I think for me there's a spread in the Codex which kind of shows, I guess, the kind of organisation of the Adeptus Sororitas, and I think it's really interesting when you get to see kind of how your miniatures on the battlefield kind of fit into kind of the wider structure of like a military force.
Yeah.
And the guy's done a really good job of kind of presenting that and kind of showing.
I do really like the artwork.
How it all kind of fits together into the kind of the structure overall of the Sisters of Battle. So I think that's a really neat feature of the book.
Nice. Well, Stu, Josh, thank you ever so much for coming in to chat to us about all things Sisters of Battle. Don't go anywhere, Warhammer fans. We'll be right back with some more news from the 41st millennium.
So from what I understood, the models that we just saw, they only come in 4-packs. And GW just hiked their prices again, which really, really sucks. So those are probably going to be unbelievably expensive. Probably $60 for 4 models, or even more. Overall, with that, was not impressed. Very, very short reveal. Not a whole lot of new models, it didn't look like. Very stiff. Lacking the rule of cool. I wish they would have gone something just different. Just very, very different. Maybe more off the art. Maybe, her holding the sword over her head about to strike it down. Just something that's not just so stiff. Just me. Anyway, I'm going to end that part of the VOD for YouTube. So the people over on YouTube, I will see you later. My name is Dread of Bread, and you can find me in all the links in the descriptions down below. Bye-bye.